Namo manjo shiri ye, Namo so shiri ye, Namo o Dhamma shiri so ha, o Namo manjo, Namo so shiri ye, Namo o Dhamma shiri so ha, o Namo manjo shiri ye, Namo so shiri ye, Namo o Dhamma shiri so ha. Rola benje sangye rupa shu sa shi dege shu shi me zhuo zhang shi ra li shi di de gen pa di sangye xin do mi de pa ye zhuo gen tang da xin la ju pa shu gu yi dang gu ru ran tang men da la gang ya da ya bin. Please adjust your sitting posture to 7 meditative postures of Aruchana. Then think, all sentient beings have been my mothers. No sentient beings have been my mothers, not just once, but numberless times. They are as kind as my mothers in this life. Even though all kind mothers sentient beings want happiness and do not want even a small suffering, however, due to engaging wrongly in objects of abandonment and adoptions, they do not experience happiness, but suffering. In our minds, sincerely generate loving kindness towards all kind mother sentient beings by thinking, how nice it would be if all kind mother sentient beings had excellent happiness. May all kind mother sentient beings have excellent happiness. I will cause all kind mother sentient beings to experience excellent happiness. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so.
This is the one day to be abandoned. You can learn and watch you never lost the beach. So,
next, we generate compassion towards all suffering mother sentient beings by thinking, how nice it would be if the body of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue, such as pain, sickness, and problems caused by 4 elements. May the body of all suffering mother sentient beings be free from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. I will free the bodies of all suffering mother sentient beings from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if the minds of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the class discordant with the conflicting virtue, such as mental suffering, fears, coarse and subtle conceptual thoughts. May the minds of all suffering mother sentient beings be free from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. I will free the minds of all suffering mother sentient beings from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if the speech of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. Negative speech such as telling lies, coarse and subtle negative speech such as telling lies. May the speech of all suffering mother sentient beings be free from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. I will free the speech of all suffering mother sentient beings from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if the three doors of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. May the three doors of all suffering mother sentient beings be free from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. I will free the three doors of all suffering mother sentient beings from the class discordant with accomplishing virtue. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. I will free all sentient beings from suffering and its causes. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. Then next we generate Next we generate bodhicitta, first by asking ourselves, who should take on the responsibility to free all sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara and of lower realms? I should take on the responsibility to free all mother sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara and of lower realms. But I do not have the abilities to do so now. Who has the abilities? Those who have achieved the perfect, complete enlightenment have the abilities to do so. Therefore, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, by all means, I will achieve the state of enlightenment.
But the age of the city, 20 to the Sunday of the motor of show, the circles of the Nagin got the age of the number of things. They don't get on the body of woman to say, on the missing. Only got the eating of the project of a zero, but single number of the chosen satisfaction. And you name the same place.
Next, we generate all-encompassing yoga mind, the conventional aspiring mind that thinks, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. These transform into a complete mundis at one's heart. An ultimate bodhicitta, that is one's mind becoming in one taste with emptiness, lack of inherent existence. That transforms into a white five-pronged vajra on top of the mundis.
Age is dark more than get to cheat that having come here or to run to inside the conscious.
Next, we meditate on emptiness for a short while, that I do not exist intrinsically one with, nor intrinsically different from the aggregates, or intrinsically different from the aggregates. Thus, I do not exist intrinsically.
Which you know, go to the shower, you know, to be only simple. Among the Zimbabwe of the was in the machine. That was the choosing the examples. Chebatida, some of that he is to be cheated when you want to do it. Cheap, something to China.
As I always mention, that it is very important to conjoin our whatever virtues of our three doors with the practice of six perfections. Thus, the first one is generosity. And generosity is an intentions of giving, or minds of giving. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating and meditating on Dharma, whatever I do with my three doors, or whatever virtues that I do with my three doors, I do it for the sake of accomplishing the happiness of all sentient beings and pacifying the sufferings of all sentient beings.
But there is a point simple thing was so much. That you say, Nigga, you're not going to take the bombing on the thing, there's supposed to China. You find out
Next is morality. Morality is a minds of abandonment. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, I will properly abandon my physical and verbal negativities so that they do not manifest.
But there is also a city. Somebody was in to be sent by somebody else. Somebody was somebody else. That you say, Nigga, say that the coming thinking about that, sit for the previous China. But that is really how it's
Next is patience. Patience is an undisturbed mind. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, whatever physical or mental hardships occur, I will be patient with it. I will accept it.
But there is all the people, but it was a machine. That is some was Cheba and seal of the water. Yes, Cheba. That's it.
Next is joyous effort. Joyous effort is a mind that takes delight in virtue. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, I will take delight in accomplishing virtue.
Sunday, but no symbol of Sunday, there say green problem. The food to the name of Sunday was some banana. That is almost cheap because not the knowing what the city. And yes, almost she treated of simple city, but Shivana. What does Sunday?
Next is meditative civilization. Meditative civilization is a mind that single-pointedly focuses on any virtuous object. So during the 2 hours, I will single-pointedly focus my mind on the teachings that I listen to, contemplate and meditate on, and do not get influenced by distractions and conceptual thoughts. Next is wisdom. Wisdom is an awareness that thoroughly distinguishes phenomena, or differentiates phenomena. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, I will properly understand the words and the meanings of the teachings. Set a good motivation. For the sake of all mother sentient beings, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. For this purpose, I will properly receive the teachings on Lamrim and practice accordingly in order to benefit sentient beings.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Still later. 나 카시노도 나리는 불피지죠. 이 카드라면서 냐샤 너무 비티게다 그 비티게다 그 시에도 냐샤는 갔다 이렇게 맞다 그래서 이렇게 시는 거 네, 거.
So previously we talked about 8 metaphors of illusion. So as you can refer back, I cannot find where is it. So however, when we talk about the 8 metaphors or 8 similes of illusions, then there are two things that we need to it talks about 2 things. So the first one is space-like meditative equipoise. Another one is illusion-like subsequent attainment. So it talks about these 2 things: space-like meditative equipoise, and also illusion-like subsequent attainment.
맞아. 냠샤는 갔다 보시는 맞아. 누나 그때 봐 같이 누가 와. 어디 냠샤기. 누나 그때 너 망어도 뭐니까 가리는 내가 맛이 맞아. 군소비. 군소 게임을 쳐. 군소가 소리는 너무 많죠. 미지란 냠샤는 갔다 보셨어. 와. 동반이나. 냠샤. 좋아. 동반이는 냠샤 샤비 갔어. 약간 니나가 좀 아파. 누구지? 니나가 좀 맛이. 좀 아파도. 난 영어를 간다. 소리 내가 하고도 진짜 뒤에. 이들이 나와서 왔는데. 어때 들리지? 예, 급 나샤 급지라. 나샤는 받아. 무슨 거.
So when we talk about the space-like meditative equipoise, when the being when Arya being remain in a meditative equipoise or set in meditative equipoise on emptiness, so at that time, the dualistic appearance has subsided, and other than the non-affirming negative of emptiness, there is no aspect of conventionalities. There is no appearance of the aspect of conventionalities.
야자 가서 가서 꿈이 동화 싸우는 내가 근데 부모님이 취샤와는 이런 걸 잡이 이거 이게 뭐야 근데 이거 이게 차이지라 그냥 샤는 시간이 계속 시험으로 나 제토라 샤 because 내가 제토 because 다 지미 비디 되게 싫어. 제토라 스샤인 가서 내가 빨리 남비. 제토 가서 나 샤비 니 받아. 自己买药了，你把它自己的买药啊，解脱是个是，去去看的，那个下完呢，那就嘛他，弄土里就嘛他，弄土里时候他看了就嘛他，没事，工作去看的下完呢，那就嘛他，这土里那就嘛他们那个，人不知的，我理解是我话，他们这个话，嘛他，
可是让心就
这样
动
不是懂哦，那工作你拿下来两笔解脱是个是。去管理这边工作去管理，他完了，话把事情讲的是，话到不是，也都就嘛，他不是他不的，
they don't. So when a meditator has developed powerful meditative equipoise, in which the dualistic appearance has subsided, and the mind and the emptiness are like the water, pouring water into water. So when such a meditator arises from the meditative equipoise or the meditations, then he comes to the subsequent attainment or post meditations. So during the post meditations, then during this period, it talks about the 8 metaphors or similes of illusions. So while this meditator, the power of meditative equipoise haven't generated, while still having power of the power of meditative equipoise, when this meditator able to see whatever conventionalities or conventional phenomena as like illusions. So this meditator able to see whatever conventional phenomena like illusions. So it's don't be mad about yeah. Yeah, so all phenomena are empty of inherent existence. So all phenomena are empty of inherent existence, like illusion.
Oh, that's the difference. I was a young child because young child and got was it. That Jeto like champ because that Jimmy Page share me the share got to another. So the kid she will Jimmy Page and was a long you could quiet. They could get on you to be born, mother in the years ago. I'm you remember the demo that key. But I need to go to Juma like the Juma, your mother, your mother. Oh, that did. I want to do the cái quản lý nó để tôi mà tôi nhắm sẽ làm bị để tôi cái sự vừa qua cái nhắm sẽ cái sự cái để你不期望的期望不了你没办法呢我接到个是被去管理到完呢这地方咱们才都有你起码对有这个是叔叔给我有如果给我给东西自己的两百小个有了吧如果就东西自己两百小个有的呢叔叔给我两百小个多听不看这个个自己把呢呀接到就告诉对去管理起码呢你到早晚你才都有，那我这个工作那我6月了，那我6月了哇，我工资给你那，给你那，我这里工作的那我下个月的，可是了东西去接那我有的，我那的嘛我老板不给我到买多，所以叫我那下把对了，那下都全部看都全部看，这个这边呢，工作那我累的，工作那我没吧，你他妈的全都有吧，是吧？我的确的嘛。多半有可能，是不是经过几年这些可能多半了，多半已经兴起了，那工作人员有点什么，工作人员。
Yeah, so when we talk about a meditator, how to say when they reach a certain level, which their meditative equipoise becomes very powerful. So when they arise from the meditations, they are able to see the conventional phenomena or conventional phenomena like an illusion. So which is the empty of inherent existence like an illusion. Yeah, so they're able to see the empty of inherent existence like an illusion. So, and this talks about, I'll say those meditators really develop a strong meditative equipoise. So if they have developed a strong meditative equipoise, then they are able to see so. during the post meditations when they rise up from the meditations. So, however, they are ordinary beings who are able. They are ordinary beings who can set their mind in meditative poise, single pointedly on emptiness. However, in ordinary beings, when they rise up from meditations, they are unable to see the conventional phenomena like an illusion. So because their wisdom, wisdom of subsequent attainment is still conceptual thoughts. So during the post meditation or subsequent attainment, they are unable to see the conventional phenomena like an illusion. So regarding this space-like meditative equipoise and illusion-like subsequent attainment, we'll talk about it later when we in the right context. And regarding these eight metaphors or similes of meditative equipoise, when because all phenomena are empty of inherent existence. So because they are empty of inherent existence, because of these, then these eight metaphors of illusions come into the picture. So it talks about the eight metaphors or similes of illusion. So, and this has to be this has to be a person who develop a strong meditative equipoise. And by the power of meditative equipoise, when he rises up from the meditations, then he will be able to see the conventional phenomena like illusion during the post meditations. Yeah. So then the first metaphors is dream. So when we talk about eight metaphors or eight similes, and referring to different sources, then they might list it differently. However, the general one is this. So the first one is dream. So dream is like other phenomena. They do the appearance of phenomena appears to be inherent existence, and these inherent existence phenomena are like dream. They do not exist as it appears. Therefore, phenomena appears to be inherent existence. However, they do not. The phenomena do not exist inherently. So just like dream. Then the second metaphor is illusion. So all phenomena are empty of inherent existence. Thus, the appearance of inherent, the phenomena appears to be inherent existence is like illusions. It doesn't exist in reality.
다 가다 최단계 최단계 두 나와 미진나시 다 미진나시 미진도 가서 경에 비내서 나와야 돼요 말아 나와야 그래서 내가 대마다 미미에서 최우디 그래요 나시 능으로 맞추는 거지 그거에서 최초고요 말이지 최단계가 이 부분 된다나 다 미진나시에 맞 경에 비내서 좀 말했어 그 최단계 들어 봐야 비슷한 답이야 거기다 좋아 지금 자당 비슷한 거 완전 못 없이 좋아 난 내가 기가 오래 다음
So even though there are 8 metaphors are listed here, however, the main meaning that it's trying to say is all phenomena are empty of inherent existence. Thus, the inherent existence appearance are like dream, are like illusion, and are like mirage, the third metaphor. So again, due to the combinations of sand and some moist or some water in there, then it appears that there is water. There is a water somewhere. So, however, there is no water in reality. So, like a mirage. So, even though it appears to be inherent existence, however, phenomena do not exist inherently. Then the fourth metaphor is moon in the water. So moon in the water, the moon appears in the water, but in fact the moon is not in the water. So similarly, all phenomena appears to be inherently existent. However, they do not exist inherently. So they do not exist as it appears. And the fifth one is optical illusion. So optical illusion can be like how the scarecrow in the field. So even though it appears to be a human, but in fact he is not a human. Or in some cases, there is one thing there, but it appears to be a multiple. So there is also an example of illusion, optical illusion. And number six is echo. So again, echo is it doesn't because I did Dacha said any did turn like you Yeah, so then is echo. And even though it is not a human's voice, but it appears to be a human voice. So the echoes appears to be a human voice. Number 7 is city of Gandhava or city of smell eaters, Gandhavas or smell eaters. So it appears to be like the mandala, of support and supporter. So city of Kandavas, it appears to be like a mandala. So then again, this is the one of the metaphor. Then the last one is magical creations. Magical creations, then through some magic tricks, then it appears, there appears forest, there appears breach, and etc. So then, however, in fact, it doesn't exist. So this is the last metaphor, magical creation. Conta che la ti chang xin ki du ba di ki ma ta bo ro. Rang xin ki du be dong wa du ma ta bo de ma ba. So to correct what I mentioned just now, this one I said emptiness of inherent and emptiness of inherent existence like an illusion. So this is not correct. So it is the correct one is inherent existence like illusion. So because in fact they are empty of inherent existence, they appears to be inherent existence, right? So then this inherent existence or inherent existence is like illusion.
Oh yeah, that was a dilemma, right? On the team to get the she. So
this is about the 8 metaphors of illusions. So to continue where we stop, Dr. Go, you want to say something? You raise hand or?
Sorry. Gishila, the 8 metaphors in the text we have shadow, and we don't have city of smell eater. So I'm just the 8 metaphors. Just want to clarify with Gishila this one. Shadow is listed in our text. Correct, but city of smell eater first time I hear. And Oilun actually want to ask Gandawa, is it smell eater or is it pretas?
Then regarding Sanskrit, then this one I'm not so sure. So referring to I'll say the dictionaries, then it says city of Gandavas. So probably I'm not sure whether they remain to the same thing, as it refer to the same thing or not. In English, it's translated as a city of smell eaters.
Okay. Then my question is, city of smell eater is not listed in the usual 8 metaphors in our note of Millerang Lamrim. Instead of that, the shadow.
Yeah, and because so the Lamrim Tingbo Nanglo la di kimat pe again this Jidusa. Ini di jisa kongki di Timidus. Ini di subject di Dima yoro. Dima di Jidusa.
Dima dengan tu miu de, kita tanda de miu de ni bu. Miu sebab tu, miu sebab orang ni de cari de cuma ni dah tanah koro. Ni dah tahu dah. Ni dah tahu. Dima nama dah. Ni nama. So miu lah cakap ni.
Di Lamrim Tingbo Nanglo la jisa kongki di Timidus. Ini di subject ni di Dima di Timidus. Di Timidus. Yeah, so even though it might list differently, however, there are even a list of 9 metaphors, 11 metaphors or 12 metaphors. So whatever it is, so even this shadow, then you also refer to the same thing. It doesn't exist as it appears. So like a shadow, then it looks like a shadow. It looks like a shape of a person. Is not a person, right? So similarly, so the meaning these metaphors are trying to say is, it doesn't exist as it appears.
那我是接了嘛，是上去到底，这时候人了，我是到天天告诉接，
你告诉的好干嘛？
早起来我了嘛，我是去地干了，这个了我是主要可在我给弟弟的嘛，搞把那进，这把那个当我这个这个厂子去去干什么加上几个的事，但我那现在的人嘛，就是那他是有的，我了。这个是加上就，但是接里学的嘛，但是学嘛个嘛就是，但我是背多的嘛学，你是吧？背多的。
Yeah, so this is this is the explanations on 8 metaphors in a very brief way. So however, I'll say regarding each of the metaphors, then there is a specific explanations for it. However, the main meaning that it's trying to say is it doesn't exist as it appears. So just like the phenomenon. So it appears to be inherent existence, but they do not exist inherently.
我的是说，他那个发现他们的路嘛学路，他发现他们的路是来看的，上学的那些把东西，可以他们的弄的上下来，上学了我上学了我在希腊工是这个，希腊工是这个干么的嘛，希腊工是了，他看了听，把在上地的批评也怎么上下来，
希腊工出来，
希腊工出的，那个什么大楼啊，那个什么的，他看的，把的上地了。 你叫我的，他看到很多人的心，现在他的心的你嘛，把历史写过是吧？
就是
上学
这个是偏于过了，
哦，对，把他们写过，
Yeah, so now we come to shamatha and special insight. So shamatha and vipassana or time abiding and special insight. So they refer to the same thing. So then how to train in the last two perfections in particular? So then there is a connecting passages. So training in the last two perfections.
那的确，他看到长久的些，他看到日本的商店的学习有个人什么，他现在的商店不是的，是吧？你的日本的工作，日本的商店的系统有也是的，看到日本的说的现在的很多的日本的路的。
Itulah kalau Lamrim cemo ini ada Lamrim cemo ini. Lamrim cemo有人。
你什么的上这的，我这个，那不是的，我调了。
Kiba tu paji tamani lah.
我是他妈的了。
哦，日本大的。
日本公司的，给你日本商店的信息对不起的是吧？我对了，
哦，他上去比多了吧？
你的日本的，那现在的很多日本的，而且现在的商店档，那很多的，就是对吧？也是，
去罗巴的，
哦，对吧？去罗巴。
So the connecting passages is training in the last two perfections, then up to in the perfections of meditative civilization and wisdom. This is the connecting passages.
但这了主是多，主说的，这浪小，但是这浪有什么的，上学的多是多，这浪你这来看到，设计主差不多，这浪不给朋友，给你这些朋友，这浪我这个工作就是我里面只说这个那不是特别多的，设计的不的，对呀，我做什么没学。
So after the connecting passages, then this has 6 points. Then this starts the part of come abiding and special insight. So this has 6 points: the benefits of cultivating come abiding and special insight, shamatha and special insight, and demonstrating that these two includes all concentrations, the nature of shamatha and special insight, the reason both need to be cultivated, how their order is definite, and how to train in each of them.
要当我是希腊公的朋友的嘛，学是吧？希腊公朋友，朋友的这个农村的不一样是吧？朋友的当不完的是吧？要当不一般去民的，看到一般去民的，看见他可能这个地方去过的，那个地方，那个地方。 But you be the country, but you don't handle with the essay, that Tambo machine be the issue. We come on. That is Karsana, what you mean, you didn't have a party, I'm plugging the be about it. I don't go us in the what a Tambo who see. That kind of the cheating on the German. It's we need a student with that cheat that without non-German.
So then we come to the first outline, the benefits of cultivating shamatha, firm abiding, special insight. The Unraveling the Intent Sutra teaches that all the mundane and supramundane excellent qualities of the Mahayana and Hinayana are results of shamatha and special insight. So he says that all mundane and supramundane qualities of Mahayana and Hinayana are the results of firm abiding and special insight. So this is a quote from, I said, which sutra talks about it? Unraveling the Intent Sutra. So if you want to know the quotations, exact words in Unraveling the Intent Sutra, then you can refer to Lamrim Chenmo.
Oh, dear. But you didn't kill the beginning. It's a lot of things in Osarwa. A Gundel and Gundel to Fonsarwa. Gundel and my son said it for what I read. That's the for what she. Look about the way it's in going to be in them. I can ask you the hundreds of the answer, going to be in them. Going to Marco, you like your mother. Bonjour, pas trop. Il est trop bas le bonjour, trop bas le hand, trop bas le hero. How do they play guest over? Oh, that a lot of bonjour to be in the yes. In the country, in the tip, I think you were a type of liver.
Because a conjunct top of a law there.
Bonjour, bonjour, Marco, but you need to work. How to do them?
Conjunct to be law.
Oh, bonjour to be. Bonjour to be in the Kanda, in the humble swat. Bonjour, Mato Bala, yet to will my. How to do your mind. If you did the Mabuji, bonjour, Mato, be kept in the Kandero. If you did, bonjour, Mato, be contact in the Kandero. The Mabuero. That's the one. You need a handle with the email. Bonjour, you need a handle so that bonjour talk that you need to follow bonjour lot of. You see here about Sunday in the doctor, that's some Mabu talk. Need to follow bonjour lot market, bonjour lot over. You see here the Deva, the single. You think like the single. Below the Buddha somebody cardinal to about the liver. About that liver minister.
What the Konda entity as a conjunct below the Toro, Shila de Tovala, and the conjunct below the Toro. In the anti as a Dishilam and Maimba, in a Shinda, Yundin
Boyora, you need a humble Matobi, answer you need Mamboyora. That's what you need to handle the baby is not, you need a handle it. Yes, you know. They've been like how to do doing what they doing it, they need a handle it. Just you what, just talk. Just joke. Maybe enough. When he need a handle with Debbie is not, he need a bonjour Toby G. Did it. Why he need Debbie, he need just joke. Need to be just level. Why he need to be just. He need Matoba couldn't be able to buy a mara. You put Judy, Matoba, Judy, be able to Julia Yomara.
You need to get a Yundin Shinda in a figure.
You did some of the water, every is in the water. But you can't hard finish in the handle with every. She need a handle with every is not. She need a handle so the Moji Toby Jiji, there is. Moji Toby, how much you did is. Then you hear one with the other one. You did a believe you did punch it. Moji Toby contact you in the Maris or that. You Maris. Can reach the child is that the top of the liver.
The unity comes in, I guess, is so run.
Only got a song. He done in the handle with every is so sad. He need a handle with every society. You need a handle with every is not he, double clear the handle to be just in the Pogora in the Mugua. When Debbie not just Mugua. But you didn't clear the handle with Debbie is not. Let's need a hundred to in the grave. But you need to clear the handle with Debbie. Julia Nashikula. I put you the minute to be just a devil to they took the he need a handle there. You did, you did, Haji Tipa, you did, he need a handle and maybe it's not 그래서 한번 무지 토비 뒤지는데 와서 무지 토바 무지 글로 맞바다 신의 한도 찍어 무지 글로 맞바다 신의 더 말아 그 무지 토비 제서 이바치 주고 있는데 타지 무지 토비 메시 용어를 배다 다 받으려고 이 용어 말아 이바치 주고 있는데 때 무지 맞토비 간다를 지는데 간대로 무지 글로 맞토비 간사기라 있는데 뭐거래 이 신의 길게 걸리지 잡고 됐어 신에게 대비나 신에게 제스를 했어. 와, 뭐 또
So the Unraveling the Intent Sutra teaches that all the mundane and supramundane excellent qualities of the Mahayana and Hinayana are results of shamatha and special insight. So then someone might wonder, aren't shamatha and special insight excellent qualities of a mind that has attained a meditative state? So that means the sutra says that the mundane and supramundane excellent qualities of Mahayana and Hinayana are the results of calm abiding and special insight. It means that calm abiding and special insight are causes, and mundane and supramundane excellent qualities of Mahayana and Hinayana are results. So in order to achieve calm abiding, so one must achieve the awareness reason from meditations. Without achieving awareness reason from meditations, one is unable to achieve calm abiding. So, however, if you say that all qualities of Mahayana and Hinayana are the results of shamatha and special insights, then this the question starts to arise is, so aren't shamatha and special insight excellent qualities of a mind that has attained meditations? So, however, they are qualities that can be attained in a person whose mind hasn't achieved the minds of awareness arisen from meditations. So, okay, calm abiding and special insight is, according to the words in Unraveling the Intent Sutra, it says that calm abiding and special insight are causes, then mundane and supramundane excellent qualities of Mahayana and Hinayana are results. So then someone might think that, the shamatha and special insight, excellent qualities of the mind that has attained a meditative state. Other way of saying this is awareness reason from meditations. So these shamatha and special insight, excellent qualities of a mind or reason from meditation. Yes, shamatha. In order to achieve shamatha, one must develop the awareness reason from meditations, without which one is unable to develop shamatha. So, however, there are other qualities. There are other qualities in the mind streams. There are other qualities are not. There are other qualities developed before one has achieved the awareness reason for meditations. So, because there are other qualities developed in the mind stream of others who hasn't achieved the awareness reason from meditations. So then how do you say that mundane and supramundane qualities of the Mahayana and Hinayana are results of calm abiding and special insight? Because calm abiding and special insight, if you say that calm abiding and special insight are the causes, then they must come first, right? Come before the results, right? So how could those who develop results, which is the qualities, who hasn't achieved the awareness reason from meditations?
야, 간다. 사실 이제 나 도와드려야지. 그래서 와도 공부 토비 지치는데 말이 왜서 좋았다서나 스톱 지는데 레라고 하다. 지금 하더니 공부 토비 지치는데 레스. 와. 내가 하더니. 그 지금 하더니 제가는 공부 토비 지치. 이렇게 말해봐. 레레 말했으나 레스로 왔다 가서.
공중 토비.
레스. 와. 그 시간은 공부 토비 지치는데 많이 나와서 도왔다고 봐. 마이너스 도왔다고 그 공부 토비 지는데 레스로 링에네 도와. 네. 레스로 와. 공부 토비 지치는데 있으나 이게 내가 한테 얘기를 간 책을 또 도와주는 게 아. 이래도 한번이 공부 토비 지치는데 레도 왔어. 이 인사디 이제 이게 단지 이게 간지에 얘기를 해볼 가능성이 있어. 시간 쓰고 해서 도와드리고 다. 多的，我你倒是那个啥的，多你倒是，哇，我的，给他的工具托不起的买那是，这对了，那个好多的工具托不起的，买的是呢，也老了的，买那是也老了，这意思，这也老吧呢，这有点他就天天这不看的这，这也是我给的，我觉得，我的也是呢，我来做的，我来做，这爸爸来做。
So someone might wonder, so these doubts is, also we have to understand these questions or these doubts. So are not shamatha and special insight excellent qualities of a mind that has attained a meditative state? And the answer is yes. So if you say yes to these questions or to this doubt, then person will further ask the question is, how could it be possible that all the mundane and supramundane excellent qualities of the Mahayana and Hinayana are the results of calm abiding and special insight? So first is these questions. Someone might bother, then the answer is yes. So if you answer yes to these questions, then the person will further ask, how could it be possible that all the qualities of the mundane and supramundane qualities of the Mahayana and Hinayana are the result of calm abiding and special insight? So this comes a second question. Yeah, so because if you say that all the mundane qualities and all the mundane and supramundane qualities of Mahayana and Hinayana are the results of calm abiding and special insight, it means that these results will come after calm abiding and special insight, right? So then there's a person asks you, so if the person asks you, so when we talk about 9 means of mental abidings, so later we will talk about this, nine means or 9 methods of mental abidings. So then the number 9, the 9th one, then is the concentration, single pointed concentrations in the Dhariyam, if I'm not mistaken. So single pointed concentration. So this single pointed concentration, after this, then you will achieve calm abiding. So these methods or means should come before calm abiding, right? So this method is the cause of the achievement of calm abiding, right? So and this is a quality, right? This 9th mental abiding. So how could you say that this 9th mental abiding come after calm abiding? So it's supposed to be the method or the means to achieve calm abiding, right? So it comes before the achievement of calm abiding, right? So if you say that they are the result of calm abiding, it means that this 9th mental abiding comes after the achievement of calm abiding. So how could it be possible?
Oh, dear. That's under the damage and came out in Bashi over it. The laying in it, that Jeremy Chita Kanda, the wounded, the wounded to soon at the world. And that's the wounded lesson there. But you didn't if you like, and they put in as a song that it was lady, Jeremy Kanda, Singuchi Kanda, wounded is together, the is Dama so. Lena, Shalani and Vinta, that Jeremy did, Kanda, what it did, what it did, 와 이와 내데 이방에는 제발 이거다 본토로 이제 다 hilang에도 본토로 뒤에 그래서 다 이렇게 뭐냐 그래서 그래서 그거 지금 얘기 단지 내고 니야 와서 인도 내고 말이야 니나 양아서 다 그거 지금 이게 내고 말어 회의에서 단단 내실지 집에 뛰는 집에 되게 내고 일하고 와 내고 말이 저러 와 되는 게 내고 미야 근데 내가 이미 견체를 가르쳐 문제를 말 내가 이게 견체 가르쳐 거잖아 이미 빨라 세제 주바이 뛰는지 이제 쇼스도 그래서 이제 쇼스도 세 게임이 빨라 뛰는지 와 세 게임이 빨라 세 집이 뛰는지 이제 가가 이게 쇼스도 그래서 이제 쇼스도 그래서 이제 넘버 나와지 이게 세제 바로 와 이게 세 랑페 이것들 세제 지도 어떻게 줄지라 또 좋아지 와 세제 바로 와 근데 세제 집이 넘버 나와 세제 집이 넘버 나와 이 쇼스도 와려면 지금 해서 뭐 이게 레벨에서 뭐 그래서 얘가 넘버 나와서자 이 쇼스도 그래서 이 그래서 세제 집 그 힘내는 것도 세제 바로 와 세제 바로 와 세제 집 뭐 보여요 세제 집 뭐 사마를 나 힘이 되는 걸 나와 와 너 넘버데 그래 나와 일에서 넘버스 나와 이런 나와지 예수가 힘이 쇼스도 그래서 세제 집 간이나 사마 힘이 쇼스도 네 쇼스도 어디 다 나도라 내가 집어 다 레들다 너무 힘이 쇼스 그래서 되지 와
Yeah, so to answer to these questions, as an shamatha and special insight, excellent qualities of a mind that has attained the meditative state, then how is it possible that all those qualities are the result of these two? So then the answer to this question is, actual shamatha and special insight are indeed the excellent qualities of the mind that has attained a meditative state, as explained below. So therefore, or however, not all the excellent qualities of the Mahayana and Hinayana are result of the two. However, all the concentrations that include a single pointed mind placed on the virtuous object are included in the category of shamatha. So even though not all excellent qualities of the Mahayana and Hinayana are the result of these two, however, because of having a similar the mind, so which is the single pointed mind, single pointed aspect. Because of having a similar aspect, so all the concentrations that include a single pointed mind placed on the virtuous object are included in the category of shamatha. So calm abiding is a single pointed mind, or it's a single pointed mind. But besides shamatha or calm abiding, there are many other there are other types of single pointed mind as well. So because of having the similar aspect or similar functions, so other types of single pointed mind are included in the category of shamatha. So this is the answer to the question, parts of the answer to the question. So
내부 많이 봐. 근데 신뢰도 쇼선도 와. 이제 같은 내부 좀 많이 해서 너도 그래 봐. 나도 이 보내래. 내부 좀 되지. 같이 한번 봐. 됐다 와가 진입이 대수수 비비 싫어. 나 한도서 와다 가서 수수께 비셔. 비셔 제 고요 와 한도서 와. 한도서 와 들어와 제거 좀 보고 와. 뭐 들리 성장. 네, 됐다 와가 진입은 비비 싫어 간 가자. 이거 집에 싫어 간 가자. 다 한도에 이게 지금 가고 이 가고 요 왔습니다. 한 소스 되는 거네. 싫어 참아서 이나 집에 집에 싫어 와. 돈도서 와서 간다. 끼고 싫어. 뭐 참 와. 와. 얘도 싫어. 와. 들리지 성장. 야 간다. 소소. 됐다 와다 진입이 돼 소소 이제 싫어. 요 강가도 한도 소스 되는 거네. 이게 한도 소스 다 한도 맞다. 한도 소스 도 왔습니다. 준세 되라 보내. 그래서 우리 단지 실학을 배우면서 somebody else. How your money is. 우리를 somebody your money is. 네, somebody is. 그 힘이 한도 배우지나 아주 이제 저다 그것도 니케샤데 뭐야. 니케제 지고요. 우리를 somebody 하긴 레브리스 와 되다디 단순히 해서 뭐 그다와 이내 번지 됐다 와 지는 게 소소 이렇게 계속 해와 나 안도 쇼선도 되라고 그것은 이제 탄지 들어가 무슨 말이 있으면 나와요 말이 해서
Yeah, so all the concentrations that includes a single-pointed mind placed on the virtuous object are included in the category of shamatha. Therefore, the excellent qualities of all the excellent qualities are said to be the result of shamatha. Then he continues to say that all the virtuous wisdom minds that individually distinguish the ultimate modes of things from things in their variety are included in the category. So that not included in the category of special insight. So virtuous wisdom mind that individually distinguish the ultimate modes of being and the varieties. So varieties, or in other words, is the conventionalities. So ultimate modes of beings and their varieties included in the category of special insight. So therefore, because of this, or from this perspective, all the mundane and super-mundane excellent qualities of the Mahayana Hinayana are said to be the result of abiding and special insight. So, so it is with that intended meaning that all the excellent qualities of the three vehicles are said to be the result of abiding and special insight. Hence, there is no contradictions. So the meaning, of this, the meaning of this sentence in the Unraveling the Intent Sutra are explained from this perspective.
그러면 저 도발이 하고 살기서 그럼 저 기본 레벨에서 와서 지나치는 거 기본 레벨에서 와서 뭐 이거 대지스 레벨이 힘이 되고 우리 거리 얼마 되려와 나단데 닌지 상황에 말아 나단데 닌지 상황에 말아 그 지를 뭐 지기 간다 어디 보내래 나 솔직히 어디 보내래 가다 그거 단지 하고 레벨 손에 레스 레벨 손에 그 소리에서 담아 어여 말이 신랑님 제법이야. 스타카나 신랑님이니까 아까는 가보여 봐. 신랑님이 아까는 가보러 와. 신랑님이 레버스 따뜻한 신랑님 레버스 와데 안다 신에게 내 띵인지 강가자 신에게 쇼스도 와. 수수집이 얘도지 싫어 강가자 상도 쇼스도. 얘도 싫어요. 집에 싫어 강가. 집에 싫어 강가 상도 쇼스도. 세세집에 띵인지 강가자 내 쇼스도 와. 다 들리 쇼스는 돼서 와서 신에게 쇼스도 와서 신에다 넘반다 와. 이게 넘반다 그 세세집이 뭐지 와. 세세집이 뭐지 와. 아버지. 얘나시 다 한도서 와든 거도 수업 깨끗이 진짜로 와. 같이 필요로 들어와. 들리서다. 그렇게 하. 필요 강가다. 쇼스도 와. 세세집에 강가다. 신에게 쇼스도 와. 내가 상관이 어디 보내래. 안 보내래. 지난 이들이 이게 탄지 또 지나 탄지 무슨 말이에요? 어요 말이에요. 이게 무슨 와.
So in general, when we talk about cause and effect, so because he says that the mundane qualities are the result of combining and special insight. So he talks about cause and effect, right? So in general, when we talk about cause and effect, cause comes before results. So results comes later, cause comes first. So however, it is not explained from that point of view. So the meaning, it is explained from the point of view that, is mentioned here, that even though all the qualities are not results of abiding in special insight. However, since all the concentrations or single-pointedness, all the single-pointed minds included in abiding, and all the wisdom, analyzing wisdom are included in special insight. So because of having the same aspect, therefore they are included in this category. So all the concentrations are included in abiding, and all the wisdom, analyzing wisdoms are included in special insight. Because of having the same aspect, then they are included in this category. And because of these, then therefore, the Unraveling the Intent Sutra teaches that all the mundane and supramundane excellent qualities of the Mahayana and Hinayana are the results of calm abiding and special insight.
나 자막에 더 받아 간다 알리는 그래서 거기 좋아다 topic 좋아지는 얘기 괜히 좋아 같은 곳이 같은 야고도 와. 그리고 근데 그 제사든도 되 본데 지티기 된다라 그리고 와. 그리고 더 받지 과들에 받지는 거지 근데 서고 제 조사서 와. 더 받지 사람이 어떤 곳이 받지 그 된다 곳이 살때 와.
So in this paragraph, I think it talks about the questions or the doubts or the wonders or qualms. Then the answer to these qualms is mentioned. The following is the answer to these qualms. So it's good to understand the qualms and also to understand the answer given to this qualm.
나도 양자 다 가서 본데 그냥 혼자 본 비는 다 본데만 올라게 거기 그냥 본데
지와 유사리. 나 Yeah. Sal, you have questions?
Yes. I just want to ask a question regarding this single pointer concentrations. So in this, does it mean that some other single pointer concentration on works or on other things, that is the cause for to achieve the mundane qualities? That's why this
the cause to achieve mundane quality.
Yeah, so that's why what it means here, I mean the question and answer or this thing, because come abiding or samatha includes all those single pointed concentration. Of course, come abiding is focused on virtuous objects, but there are also other single pointed concentration. For example, I mean, on works or on many other things, whereby we need full concentration or even study all these things. So that's why we can achieve the excellent quality in mundane side. But may not be on the supra-mundane side. I'm not sure. I mean, is that really?
So your question is, other single pointed mind on works or studies, for example, are they causes to achieve mundane qualities, right?
Yes. Are they also included in the samatha, calm abiding? And must it be on virtuous objects?
So kisla tindi na ini di kasa tingenzin samji na di 신에게 chose de tugioro. Tindi na den tingenzin se ate pina chashana so kata di lobjong chewe kala di taboina jitangi te yana lega ngaso lega chewe kala ngaso di sim tingenzin de sim seji duyan de lega chegioro. Tindi gi tingenzin de yang di 신에게 chose tugioro. Ya ini dia 그래서 지denbe 연denbe 토픽 주로 토픽 주이나 지den당 지den 레벨 연den도 함지로 대단히 인생데 양 지denbe 연대 토픽 주로 베스 인생데 아무튼 우리가 인생
이게 또 시작이 나는 거. 이게 그때 맞아 이때 바이나다 이때 바이나다 이때 바이나 이거 지지 간다 연대 아니 소리나 지혜를 한도 근데 버리에서 라고와 대바디시 대비디시 당한 대바스나 대바스 맞아 그 교다 바비게 시고 와 바비게 시고 아 소소 교우지지 인데이나다 바비게 인데이나다 정말 기가 버리에서 라고 다 도도들에
그래서 지산이 보면
그 도와대 약간다 대비디시 세 지지바 그러니까 이거 쇼라 이나다 about one visual information. So, legal chila someone is say Chibaina, and it punchy the Kanda, she made the shows of the yes, maybe in the toy just in a way.
So, we do a Jidenbe and then a topic you do rest and then Lama.
And he didn't in case like you can leave a number of
Zidaning Chu Chava there.
Or that the baby in this. And then she just said,
Love Haboyora.
then you do Canadian, you didn't be so good, that you did on a so good, my God. But this is what you did Canadian us. So, George, that gay you did that. He showed indication of that. You did Canadian a day, she shows the rest of them. You did my, but the little answer, she shows this kid in a real matter. 吧？我这个习惯。
Aduh, ya jadi nanti kan sini sini saya pe yang kiwi mi bala, semce ju mi bala aja lah.
是这个，
Jadi ina yang tu di lega lain di semce ju ne wa do, sem di lega lain semce ju ne wa ina, nanti kiwi mi ba icha di yo.
你不给这个嘛？这这个，他说心里来都不是这种，不是这种，不是这种。
你是得kiwi mi bala ko ma lo.
那我说被，我说他把他就把拖了谁？你把你弄不着啊？
여기 요래 데이네 대한 가사디 이거와.
你不是这个他。
Yeah. So single pointed mind on our works or studies, then how's it they are included in the karma abiding as well. So and however they are not the cause to achieve how's it liberations or the state of enlightenment. So in general, when we talk about the objects for karma abiding, it must be a virtuous object. So and it is difficult to say that a single pointed mind on works or conventional studies are the cause to achieve the mundane qualities. So it's difficult to say in this way. So when we say mundane, so what does it mean is mundane refers to the qualities in the mind stream of ordinary beings. And the super mundane qualities are those qualities in the mind stream of higher beings. So
我对讲个什么是，另外的讲的也是知道吧？可能是比是这几个刚才心里就特殊了的刚才是，我说的你把它是这几把眼睛嘛不，那我知道你说那个是这几把毛不有了，是我是心里说是的是那没有什么，是你把它，对吧？是这几把眼睛刚刚的这些说，
我马上到问那哪个，
那这个你什么了？
体内
那那个反正是这几把是的，心里说是不要搞来搞不去，我这边的一个才进不去，也是的呗。你说了不是这几年不离了，是这几的话，你说了多的，所以我这心里说是不是那搞来搞不去？但我这没这个，你不多，你没把那是这几把眼睛了不多，我记得。 他看到写了给我知道不多，写了给我怎么了吧？因为俺都教育过的，我是那是说的，写了不了吧？他写了意思不呢？刚刚就是那个，
你其他人那就写了，
他写了了，我写了不了嘛？是的，给我的，你给我的，我给你过的，
我说，今天呢，这个啥样的雷嘎当，那陆中了，甚至于，
早点我就心里不说是啥，我说，你把那是这几把眼睛的这个，也是，你讲的啊，
that's all. Yeah, so however, I think that since it says that the object for karma abiding must be a virtuous object. So if you're merely saying that the concentrations or single pointed mind on works or studies in a very general way, then it would it's better not to say that it is included in the category of karma abiding. So similarly for special insight, then it also requires a special insight. It also requires a virtuous object.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So
do you have any other questions? Do you have any other questions? I assume no one has any question now.
That domain I'm at the grade. Oh, when was it? Young job going to be George Town, and they're going to be on the point of period. That wounded you, my just wounded to my jelly show up here to work. The period show up, that wounded to have machine to work. Wounded a concern. So, get a handle of it, much in the pure conditions of Kanawa. Need a handle of it, much in the game. That Joe would go in and up, and that Kanda. That day, you should be your reason. Up here, carry your reason. I'm going to take it to one. I don't want to see the teacher. Seeming to want to one. Ning Legend by Charlie. Seeming to want to one. But didn't you got 아 지내다 한도로 공부 지기 간디나 내내지 바차래 내내 발 내 좋아하는 좋아하다 세미기 좋아 니가 좀 그래서 그다 그 어딜마 내가 이제 뭐 정말 근데 지기 그래서 얼마 쉽고 비시고 대원에서 어떤 제를 붙이 맞다는 근데 내가 뭐 쉽고 한번 근데 좋아
So then again, a quote from the Unraveling the Intent Sutra. It says, after beings have cultivated special insight and shamatha, they gain complete liberation from the bondage of negative tendencies and signs. So this is another benefits mentioned in the mentioned according to the Unraveling the Intent Sutra. So whether it is an ordinary being who cultivates calm abiding and special insight, or is an Arya being who cultivates abiding and special insights, they will have these benefits, which is they will gain the complete liberation from the bondage of negative tendencies and signs. And the meaning of this verse, so the explanations of this verse comes later.
그러니까 내실 뭐다 이제 이렇게 써. 그냥 간단히 얘기해서 와다. 이 뜻은 뭐냐 보니까 그 생길이 봐야지. 이래와. 자 대나 너가 세만의 신질로 돼. 네. 그것이 이와 봐야지 수화시 같다. 와. 세만의 뭐 봐야. 이거 봐야. 우리 얘기는 이 뜻으로 보는 게 시대이 그래서 여기 그냥 얘기를 이것도 봐야 인식도 다른 의미도 어떻게 의미니 그거 봐야 될 거다. 또 보는 거지. 너무도 내 거기도 제 너무도 좋아. 그래서 좋아 먹고 그래서 나게 기회를 딱 하나 비행 될 식으로 와. 거기에 보면 비행 식으로 빠져야 가능성이 저는 너 시기를 봐야 얘기해서 오늘 거예요. 근데 봐야지 가다 영어치 봐야 왜 그러다 가다 그렇게 생길는 얘기는 사비 봐야로 사비다 봐야 이것은 그래서 아마도 뭔가 한번 공부 거지 그래서 또 공부 그래서 와 뭐지 뭐 좋아 저도 뭐도 마주가 쓰는 보니 그것을 내 거니 사실 내가 년에 아버지 받은 주문은 좋아 되고 막 이래서 뭐 주문이 좀 주고 막 보니 무슨 뭔가 내지
So the meaning of this verse is that negative tendencies are the imprints that remain in the mind stream and are capable of generating increasingly erroneous subjective states. So negative tendencies are imprints or you can say that it's seeds of imprints or predispositions or the ability that remain in the mind stream and are capable of generating increasingly erroneous subjective states. While signs activate the imprints for perpetual attachment to erroneous objects. So signs here refers to afflictions, manifest afflictions. Then in the instructions on the perfection of wisdom explains that the former are eliminated. So the imprints or predispositions or seeds that remain in the mind stream are eliminated through special insight. And the later, which is the manifest afflictions, are eliminated in terms of being suppressed by shamatha. So by cultivating shamatha, afflictions cannot manifest. So the manifest afflictions are suppressed by shamatha.
근데 이렇게 그거를 기시 명하게 두 시는 무슨 거라 되는 거지 두 성거와 아마 한도에 심하시니 이거야 이게 그거죠 이런 신라도 탈했다고 비열이 있었나 내가 받아 블락 좋아 그랬다고 비열이 됐어 좋아 이게 시고
So as it says in the instructions on the perfection of wisdom, the former are eliminated through special insight, and the later are eliminated through shamatas. So those are the benefits of shamatha and special insight.
간단히 얘기해서 하는 거 소리 근데 기다 집에 내무도 동안 이기다 사베다 바차다 다 간다 기 얘기해서 간다 가서 사베다 바차다 이보다 나도 그 지당 가서 니네에서 야간도 못 보셔. 야간 못 보셔 봐. 아마도 뭐가 도도도 오지나. 나 사베다. 누가 제바시. 된다 거지. 와차다. 사베. 이거. 이 마보죠. 니네 상라 마보죠 봐. 아마 도도도 오지. 완치 봐.
nên cái lấy gì mà bồi rồi này
지당 마보죠. 니네에서.
ini tanda cái kiểu
뭐 자, 누가 제바시. 준다 거지. 사베. 와차. 이거. 미치는 거다. 예스. 그거. 어디. 미치서 하는 거야.
So in general, when we talk about negative tendencies, it refers to different things in different contexts. So in this particular context, negative tendencies refers to the imprints or predispositions or seeds or cause that generates wisdom. That generates suffering. Sorry.
나도 배 샤바이나 가서 미팅 얘기를 막은 얘기를 미팅 얘기에서 우리 시부로 미치고래 나도 미팅 얘기에서나 아까다 리지 진짜고 나지가 좋은 얘기를 내 차지 빠차지 뭐 나좀 리지 뛰어다 좋았어 내 차지 빠차지 나 좀만 내 차지 빠차 봐요 말와 그래서 와 차지 빠차지 뭐 나좀 리지 뛰어다 좋아 내 차지 빠차
你讲丢
以对我的信任，他从这种对吧？基本上评价点有两级，
了解
那怎么就那些评价点多嘛？这样就把下个，当然的，还在评价点被查税的这个老外，那你要么专业吧？
同一点
对我的说，因为呢，新记得出来后边，他是说边，为了查税嘛，是说
same 点绿点等到绿点
父母了的，这个做了进度感做了不多，那怎么说？차지 마차지 대왕이 이거는 이제 다시 느끼는 거는 니니라 가는 그때는 자신지 자신은 잡아요 말하잖아
신동 나는 되지
이거는 맞는 거 이거는 이때 정말 가르치시다 과자원 해서 그때도 과자원 그때도 과자원 좀 리스트를 좀 받아 미진 얘기를 잡아 와 그때도 과자 차지 과자 내가 좀 리스트를 좀 하지 야, 정말 이런 대차요, 과차요라. 대차요 말와. 대차요 말에 있는 이 과차, 과차 대응. 20년에 대차도 과차 대응이 된다 좀 얘기 때문에 그러면 이거 해서
되셔요 말이 이제 되셔야지 봐셔요.
과차원.
So negative tendencies is of two types: physical, verbal, and mental negative tendencies. So physical negative tendencies are like due to the power of the imprints of attachment. So due to the power of the imprints of attachment, then our heart jump from one tree to another tree like a monkey. So and our hearts, even though they do not have attachment, but they still have the imprints of attachment. So because of these imprints of attachment, when our hearts jump from one tree to another tree like a monkey. So this is an example for the physical negative tendencies.
리즈닝에서 리즈닝에서 와. 나가기닝에서 나가기닝에서 다시 제단을 맞아. 제단을 맞아 오게 저기 신라 뭐뭐서. 뭐뭐서 너무 CDC 갈로다. 요모스다. 대간다. 이 CDC 두고 나오고 와. 이 해당의 과자고. 그러면 해당의 과자고 뜻까지 얘기는 뭐뭐서 왔다 보지. 마케팅인데. 마케팅으로 와. 해당의 과자고. 해당의 과자고 뜻까지 얘기는 뭐뭐서 왔다. 그까지 뭐 그런 거서 이제 방사로 와. 이 방사로 와. 어디 이 방사로 와. 방사로 이 해당의 과자요 봐. 해봐요. 네. 세상에 마찬가지로 그때 진짜 뭐뭐서 왔다. 마케팅 되고.
So the second type is the verbal negative tendencies. So then because of the imprints of anger, when our heart when our heart how's it call another person as servant, or another person is like how's it in a harsh way. So servant or labor. So how's it trying to believe these are considered harsh words to call someone as a lower, as to call someone a servant or labor or worker, for example. So even though an arhat has abandoned the fictive obscurations, but they still have the imprints of anger. So because of these imprints of anger, an arhat scold others, for example, scold others as the servant, for example, slave, for example.
어, 나 이중에 내려서 하자. 나 이중에 내려 두던 거 그래서 딱 한번 꼭 가와 너무 살자. 니 이딱 한번 꼭 가와. 너무 살 시비들 시비 한번 나 빼셔. 이딱 한번 꼭 가와 너무 살자도 그냥 뭔가 싶거든. 뭔가 싶게 랑이 아마 진지 그래서 이나와 제가 이 이런 거 어떻게 이게 마도가 담으시면 돼. 이거 야
Because I think Amadi
뭔가 집을 나게 나는 말 나와나 그냥 이 시기 주로 뭐 뛰어야 돼 따야 돼 보여 많이서 맞더라고 이 진행이네 이 진행이네 마찬가지 근데 시기 차차와 차차뭐 또가 너무 세게 차다 그래서 네 시오디 나 뭔가 그게 아마도 그냥와라 뛰어야 돼 주로 뭐 시부지 시기 따야 돼 다 보고요 그래서 보고요 말해 이 진행이네
So the mental negative tendencies are those that are difficult. Those are difficult to be realized. Those subtle object of knowledge. So those subtle objects of knowledge which are difficult to be realized. For example, Mauga Yayana, his mother passed away, and she was reborn in the hell realms. So even though Mauga Yayana tried to observe which realm his mother was born in, then he couldn't realize it because that is too subtle to be realized. So those are an example of mental negative tendencies.
오, 그렇지. 아까 나 얘기를 했었는데, 와, 얘기를 막 잠깐 무슨 미치 때문에, 마비 때문에, 이기 때문에 했어. 와, 나 단단히 간다. 마찬가지 사비는 이봐 하자 때도 가. 그 얘기를 야탄데 이지마도 뭐 이거로 와. 그 심하게 가지냐. 삼만 반복시네 이거다 맞아. 그거
mong bị bà cha rồi mong bị bà cha là đi gì nghe lấy sao thì chuyện chắc sẽ đang rằng mong bị bà cha đi cũng sẽ là là số là số chỉ là cha đi mong đi tốt cao
mà sao
yeah thì 잘하는 데 기억
어디지로와 뭔가도 돼 니가 현대시다 관다도 가들려고도 야 이 다르게 진짜 신의의 한도 니가 맞지로와 나 신의의 한도 공부도 다 간다 나 신의의 한도 공부도 니가 무슨 딱 갔다 땡이래지 하나 공부를 한다와 땡이래지 예 자기 받아가 계단이 받아라서 받아 차차와 복가와 소인을 간다 신의의 한도 공부시부터 좀 동의를 와 기대도 한도 공부시바이나 지고 간디지 공부시바이나 다 배워 들리지 요래서디 되시와
So these quotations and explanations here talks about the benefits of cultivating calm abiding and special insights that one's negative tendencies, whatever type it is, whether it is physical or verbal or mental negative tendencies, like those subtle, there are subtle objects of knowledge. They are difficult to be realized. So those negative tendencies can be eliminated by the achievement of calm abiding and special insight.
난 비행시다 가르스나 비행시다 가서 단대대 신의 한도 뒤전에 비행시대 다 신의 한도 때 간이 따야마다 대단 나왔어. 你很多被他的大有这样的话，到山地，我是心里可以，你等到山地这些我话，你在山地的接着就朋友什么呢？这里就朋友就把下，你的话，山地的接着就朋友什么的可能，那朋友呢就信任的事，那你说，那的话的事，是吧？真的。
So regarding when we talk about the perfections, then the last two perfections are perfections of meditative stabilization and perfection of wisdom, right? So the benefits of those the perfections of meditative stabilization and the perfection of wisdom should be understood as the benefits of abiding in special insight. Jaya, you raise your hand. You have a question?
Just a very quick question. Are these two negative tendencies and signs knowledge obscurations, as you would say, knowledge obscurations and obscurations to omniscience? Would they be that?
그러니까 시디서의 바차의 사비스는 바차 사비의 시디에서 테마 신질로 너무 저 시디 말이죠.
세마세 된 요몽을
너무 파이. 테마 신질로는 너무 먼저 파시는 거야. 그다음에 세마의 파트가 좀 약간 이상해. 그거 뭐죠?
닝에 렌드디 나디 가서 디 시디
닝이래요. 닝이래요. 닝이래. 다 신질이.
디 시디로 하죠.
시디 바차의 시디. 바차의 시디 상에서 가서 터지 터도 들어와. 간지 터도 거래. 자꾸가 시디스. 시디의 시바ችን 요마. 세마 신질로 또 너무 강하게 있어. 너무 간디기는 유비마다 시디지에요 봤어. 그러니까 신의 공부까지 무슨만 거니 그래서 시디가 이바기 이거 해도 시디의 지금 자는 것을 다 한번 공부하기 같이 또 시디도 그래서 내가 시디도 와.
Yeah. So the negative tendencies are in brain's predispositions. Then these negative tendencies are the obscurations of omniscience. So however, signs here in this context, it refers to the manifest afflictions, right? So signs here is not the obscurations to omniscience. It is an afflictive obscurations. So it can be suppressed by cultivations of special firm abiding, and negative tendencies can be eliminated by special insight.
So I have a follow-up question then. In that case, when you move from the path of accumulation to preparation, you already have the calm abiding and special insight already. So why does it take until the 8th level Bodhisattva path, the 8th stage then, that you get rid of this obscurations to omniscience? Because if you have already, when moving from the path of accumulation and preparation, when you already have calm abiding and special insight already, before you move the path of seeing, why do you have to wait until the 8th path, 8th Bodhisattva path before you actually purify this?
Also kishlani tiang kasaji yang jolam la begin jolam de mewaina ini shini ka phatong de yuyo ba wa kong de yuyo ba ina ini de khaiji ni yang di saki wa di patu ni ma do kasa di shidi ki pangtu ni
그래서 저
shini de pangya 보지
지금 왕들이가 공부적으로 와. 근데 문제는 공부적으로 공부적으로 다 림바지리야 방식은 누구 영어 중고 내시는 시간 누구로 와. 뭐나 같은 거는 영어 원녀와 담아도 그래요 막. 원녀와 담아도 영어도 좀 맞아서 두어야 돼.
신하니가
신하니가 이건 나니까 이거 한국이야 고백고 한국도 간다. 공부도 영어를 쳐라 쳐셔봐 나시 되는 게 필요 없어. 한국도 누가 친구 한국도 누가 친구로 한국이 누가 친구로 와. 놀아가서 한국 도구리 스폰이라는 한국 거리 없어. 근데 한국 도구리 있나? 내가 다 우리 생각이 그래서 원이라고 쳐라 치셔봐 나시기 누가 되게 필요 많았어. 와. 공부는 무슨으로 도구야 말았어. 근데 그거나 메리베 공부는 무슨으로 공부했어. 공부는 무슨으로 보면 돼. 이거들 앞에 자리 너무 봐야 돼. 기디 봐야 돼. 그래 맞아. 우리 공부는 무슨도 마도나 한 영어들 앞에 뭐니 저게 있잖아요. 뭐야 돼. 어떻게 뭐야. 我嘛，你把手读的，我也买。我要了，我把灵魂是个动物的，我把灵魂是个动物呢，灵魂就在灵魂呢，好了，这个灵魂就在动物呢，都有的是。记住了，好了，这个灵魂有动物的，
年龄呢，学习员给他了，灵魂线了。그래서 왜냐 이 조랑이나 대한 그 신의 활동들이
영화 같은 거 보면 한번 펴봐만 보면 이거 나와 보는 거야. 그다 한번에 한번 펴봐도 보면 이거 나와 보는 거야.
Yeah. So on the path of preparations, one has this come abiding and special insight. So and especially the special insight observing the emptiness. So even though they have come abiding and special insight, you still need to habituate with it. It means that also you still have to meditate meditate it to make it more powerful. So even though one has the special insight on the path of preparations, the special insight is not powerful enough. So because one hasn't realized the emptiness directly, so they are unable to. I say the mind and emptiness are not like pouring water into water. So another way of saying this is not powerful enough to eliminate afflictions, to eliminate obscurations. So by habituating oneself with abiding and special insight to make it more powerful, and gradually one abandon or eliminates those obscurations. So during the path of preparations, they are able to suppress the afflictions from manifesting, but they are unable to eliminate it yet.
Okay. Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you.
Going back to Sal's question, excuse me, virtuous object doesn't necessarily refer to wisdom realizing emptiness, because there are the four jhanas, God lands, formless land, the peak of samsara. These are also virtuous objects that samatha is utilized to attain, especially in the Theravada tradition. There are the four jhanas, right? The God lands, the demigod, the formland, formless land, peak of samsara. These are also virtuous objects where a meditator in samatha can attain these higher states, but they are not necessarily liberation. They're not the same thing, right? That's what I noticed.
So you're trying to ask.
I'm saying that the virtuous object can be mean that it not necessarily refer to wisdom. It also can be higher states of attainment, like a demigod, like formless land, and the peak of samsara. You can attain that through samatha also. These are the four jhanas.
So Geshe-la, they tangin di xiao gi jiwa di yorwa, di shine da boy na de giwi mi bala de jingorwa. Ni de giwi mi ba la se a de yang tongi tobe xia di giwi mi ba de jingo ma was. De kaisina yang pena chashana de samden shi yorwa. Samden shi bo de. Ni de samden shi bo de because de mi be de mi ba de yang de shine gi mi ba de tsugiyo na. De tsugiyo was. Something she would do. Anyhow, so because they do seem something ye do de patient get it. Something ye do there, something tangbo down, something yiba shiba, sumba shiba de roa. Then it then something she would get me but in sola, they because the tongi to be share of them roa. You change the tongi to be they share of them roa. In it something shibo tobe me but something she would get me but 양 시내 이 시내기 미바양 미출이 오르와.
미바 이치 최 가득지나 가도 시내가 한도 누가 많이 지요 말했어. 또 배치나
가이스는 저 단다 아니 되게 미바 쓰기 오르와. 이에 대한 치료 받아보 있나 공조한테 그래서 대 행동 다보 이에 대한 미 대 시내 대통령이나 이에 대한 기회 미바 대 출이 오마르와. 이에 되게 미바 대 맞추와이나 이에 대 이내양 기회 이 미네 니디 신이데 코바라와 이 텐데 나 대한 기회미가 인고요나스 이 가사한테 정보 공기 지와 대한 통이 또 베시라 데 인고 말이스 이네 양 3.15 니바 이양 요로와스 지나양 이
그래 사실 꼭 빌라이
신동다고
신의 토발랑 내가도 간다 이 치료가 그게 강하게 있어 무슨 치료가 요리스 치료가 요리스 와 아까 세계 이미보다 뒤를 봐서 나도 그렇게 시도해 이제고 아까 치료바이나 그런 세계와 요쪽으로 와 요쪽으로 와 세계와 요쪽으로 이 요는 용도가 요바이나 요리스 와 요리스 얘가 지금 와서 운동이 최다 된다고 최 가르치는 기능이 포함한 게 뒤로만 강화 기능이 말이지 뭐 방법이 말이지 그 가르치는 그 상황 방법이 말이지 그 상황 기능이 말이죠
그래서 디자인이 이 3대 항목
3대 방법이 벌써
미베
가능한 기능이 말이지 나도 하는 말이라고 시와 그니까 뭐 이게 취지요
이네 단답값이나 대한 기회미 발라디시요 이미 대 기회미가 인고 말아 이 신이 토야라
그 내봐도 뭐야 말아
그래서 왜니 대한 아동이 또베 동반이 대한 인고 말아
이거 말이지 그래서 오늘 또 말이지 오늘 또 말이지 내가 한도 또 말았지 또 가게 요 말.
동이 또베 시랍디 가자 디 동이 또베 시랍디 이 미바데 동반이로 하잖아
오늘 또 제가
미바데 동반이로
동반이네
이네 대
여러 많이 게요 오늘 또 제가 미바라 동반이 게 봐 이거예요
동이 또베 시랍디 미바데
뭐 덴버도 봐도 제가 비에 가다 이파 bombaला 미고 뭐 덴버 매 봐도 비셔 지어라 뭐 덴버 봐도 비셔 데 공기티데 돈이 돈거리 미바를 가를 미면서 bombaला 미고 bombaला 미때 bomba니 돈으로 와
인들이나 데 bom바데 기회미 바이나
이게 미바로 와
기회미 바로 기회미 바 기회미 바
네 미바서 가서 세 개월 되게 쉬고
셈게와
세 개월 되게 쉬고
디 유대시기요 말이 유지행기잖아요. Yeah. So So a virtuous object is not necessarily has not necessarily referred to the objects of observation for wisdom realizing emptiness. So it doesn't is not necessarily refers to wisdom realizing emptiness. It can be the object observed by others. It includes non-Buddhists to attain four dhanas, the four states of meditation, meditative concentration. So in general, when to attain calm abiding, that object is not necessarily a virtuous object, because there are non-Buddhists who use virtuous object or non-virtuous object. Who use a non-virtuous object or who use virtuous object to achieve calm abiding.
이거랑 내가 이거 개요 말했어.
Ini di kiwi mi pas kewa se di sim biengi Chinese shigi or
간다고 하고 무슨 관리기나 기내식고 스티브 바가 기내식고 도를 해서 그러나 그래서 신에들랑 와서 개와 이거야 개요 말했어. 이거 이거야 개요 말했어. 그때 신이 비타고나 마치거나 이거로 와.
So in this context, when we talk about calm abiding, so it refers to a virtuous mind. So it's a subjective aspect. So it's a virtuous mind that focuses on the object. So in general, even though in general, that object can be virtuous or non-virtuous. So in general, all phenomena, conventional phenomena or ultimate phenomena, can be the object of calm abiding.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Yeah.
Geshe-la, for people who have realized wisdom of emptiness, what do they see? Sometimes they see nothing, blank.
Lại 동이 또비 동이 또비 시바 동이 또비 그래서 지치를 용해내서 디 자리 통기 원래사 디 공소 대한 제 马通马的差个人是，那点大家的见面吧，的差的通有呢，这里通有的是，
다 돈이 또 비켜봐도 다른 통과잖아.
东眼的，
这나도 좀 맞아 통과. 그때 나도 좀 맞아. 그러면 제가 썼어. 그 가서 되게 되는 거죠. 뭔가 우리한테 돈이 또 있다. 공부도 당연히 맞아. 공부도 그러나 나와 나시 되나 맞아. 와.
공부를 미네.
공부를 미. 그 가리 있잖아. 기발에. 돈이 또 싫어고 나다 우리한테 돈이 또 싫어이나 공부도 영문이 맞아. 아, 제때나 베다 비나다 나서다 줄어서 봤다 그가 여기 좀 어디 봐도 우리 대다 이 돈을 대다 나와 나시잖아 맞아 봐도 우리 돈은 시을 잡고
이게 공부 통기어로
너무 받이자 그래 에 너무 가대 너무 되게 내가 가디야네 내가 가디 지구에네 한도 신고 내가 받이자
이 가장 또는 수수기호 통원낭시 이니디就是的통기어에 이 공부의 통기어로
뭐라 돼? 공개요. 다 그거
제 마통바 됐대 니 말아 봐.
그거 들리 말아.
그래서
그런 거 봐도 정말 공고라.
Yeah. So wisdom, those who have achieved wisdom realizing emptiness, they see things. So things like, let's say, plots, fables, and etc. And then when they see a phenomena, when they develop realizations of emptiness on the basis of a particular phenomena, for example, a plot, then when they observe it, then they realize plot has a lack of inherent existence. So stop here. So if you have any questions, then you can ask in coming class, next class. So I'll stop here. Next class, I'm going to start from demonstrating that these two includes all concentrations. So we conclude with dedication. We dedicate the roots of virtue accumulated, especially through the Dharma discussions, may be the complete cause for all upholders of Buddha's teachings, mainly His Holiness the Dalai Lama, to live beyond long, excellent health, and all their holy wishes and enlightened activities be accomplished instantaneously and spread in all directions. In particular, we dedicate these roots of virtue to our beloved teacher, Kyabshe Lama Sopa Rinpoche. May the holy wishes of Rinpoches be accomplished instantaneously, and may the unmistaken reincarnations of Rinpoche be swiftly returned for the sake of teachings and sentient beings. We also dedicate these roots of virtue to the world peace, and may the world be free of wars, conflict, disaster, and wars, conflict, and disaster. And those who suffer because of wars, conflict, disaster, and etc., may they quickly be free from sufferings and achieve the state of enlightenment as soon as possible. And also, we dedicate these roots of virtue to those who help others, such as doctors, nurses, and etc. So may they live long with excellent health, and may their holy wishes be accomplished instantaneously.
This is the Korape, the Bumbakis, to some Korape, to someone you want to do it. Like about the creative to make it each.
And also, an upholders of the Buddha's teachings, Kevji Tangol Rinpoche, was passed away. So may the holy wishes of Rinpoche be completed instantaneously, and also the unmistaken reincarnations of Rinpoche be swiftly returned for the sake of teachings and sentient beings.
Doggy Junior,
Gewadi Tendang Dua Kunla Kamben Dang Kiba Jizun Lozang Java Tembe Nimbo Rindo Seje Ju Sencho Rimbo Je Mage Pana Kikuji Kiba Nyamba Meba Yang Kondo Bewa Jo Jambe Bawe Jida Kemba Dang Kondo Sambo Deang Deshin De Deda Kungi Jesu Dalo Je Badida Tang Je Rapu Ngo Tongi Tawa Rimbo Je Mage Pana Kikuji Kiba Nyamba Meba Yang Kondo Bewa Jo Tawa Rinpoche Mage Panang Ki Kyuji Keba Nyamba Mebaya Kondo Penwa Shuo Tamit Jesundo Jube Lam Chiche Sese Kanchen Jendu Kana Pemo Tenzin Gazola Beso Shetan Ludo Jo Pende Malu Ba Kane Jungwe Sambe Yishino Katin Sume Tenzin Gazola Sowa Deso Tushe Ludo Eva Gese Yerang Zo Lo Sang Dewa Yose Kuba Ji Rab Jang Shingye Kyang Yo Ma De Tol Pende Dupe Pekele Zu Rinpo Ji Shi Dang Dupe Zinje Me Wa La Nang Yang Mi Shun Shi Pe Ko Jia Jin Zu Me Ji Zu Lama Su Wa De Pende Ma De Jung Jung Ko Je Ko Ki We Den Dang Ma Kyo Zhou Wa Yi De La Chi Do Zhen Ma Ze Pe Mu To Peng Shi Wa Shi De Yi Re Bang Yen Gyo De Shi La Dang Ki Sen Nam Ki Du Ke La Bo Jie Lu Me De Bing Yang Zhou Sa Pe Zhong Ke Sa Du Qie Pe Do Niu Xie Zhu Yang Wei Ko Wei Xin Gang De Pen Lang De Wa Ma Nu Jung Wei Ne Qian Ren Se Wang Tian Zeng Gao Zhou Ye Xia Pe Si De Ba Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gisela. Thank you, everyone.
And
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sheila.
Sheila.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you, Sheila.
Okay, Sheila.
Bye.
Okay.
Sheila. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Night.
Night.
Good night. Too early, Sheila.
Very-
Enjoy dinner.